Is it abusive to make a 7-year-old child stand up all day? Absolutely. People have a tendency to believe if it didn't leave bruises or burns it wasn't abuse. There are many different forms of abuse. Yes, it is a common form of torture. This is a legitimate torture method, like when you hear the CIA in the US talk about enhanced interrogation. That is one of the methods they enact. That is evil, and I'm sorry that happened to you. Yes, it is. I'm sorry this is happening to you. The CIA used it as a form of torture known as stress positioning. Yes, absolutely. Making a 7-year-old stand all day can be really tough on their body. Just like adults need breaks. Kids do too. It might be hard for me as an adult. So imagine how tough it could be for a young child. It's important they have time to sit, play, and rest, just like we all need. Technically speaking, as a child you had it worse than some of the adult prisoners at Guantanamo Bay from the perspective of the repeated application of at least one torture technique. In 2004, we learned that detainees at Guantanamo Bay could be forced to stand for no longer than 4 hours at a time, could only be in a particular stress position for up to 45 minutes at a time, and could only be deprived of sleep for 72 hours at a time. An example of a stress position is forcing someone to stand on their tiptoes while their arms are restrained over their head, e.g. by having their wrists tied to hooks hanging from the ceiling, locking them in a small box in the fetal position, squatting against a wall. So, you were forced to stand for more than 3 times longer each day than prisoners at Guantanamo Bay in 2004. In 2005, the time limit for forced sleep deprivation was reportedly increased from 72 hours, 3 days, to 180 hours, 7.5 days. In 2008, we learned that the time limit for stress positions was increased from 45 minutes to 40 hours or more with repeated application over the course of several months with sufficient breaks in between applications. It's worth noting that the breaks are not intended to show mercy, but instead are designed to give detainees a chance to recover and increase both the physical and psychological intensity of a given torture technique. There's no sense in forcing someone to stand for weeks at a time, even if you allow them to sleep, since at some point you'll reach a point of diminishing returns from the perspective of inflicting both physical and psychological harm. So, you allow them to recover for some period of time, and do it again, and again, and again, and again. By allowing you to sleep, your caretaker allowed you to recover before the next day's events, which, while unlikely to significantly increase the physical intensity of what you were experiencing, likely increased its psychological intensity. You can learn more about enhanced interrogation techniques here. Enhanced interrogation techniques. You can learn more about the CIA's torture program here. CIA Black cites how the CIA tortures its detainees. What the CIA's torture program looked like to the tortured Senate report on CIA torture claims spy agency lied about ineffective program. More than 50 countries helped the CIA outsource torture. There are 2 types of prisons worth noting: prisons hosted by the CIA, also known as black sites, and prisons that facilitate torture by the CIA or its agents. There are at least 9 countries within which the CIA operates, or has been known to operate prisons: Afghanistan, Bosnia-Herzegovina, Guantanamo Bay, Iraq, Lithuania, Morocco, Poland, Romania, Thailand. There are at least 47 countries that are known to have facilitated torture in cooperation with the CIA. Albania, Algeria, Australia, Austria, Azerbaijan, Belgium, Canada, Croatia, Cyprus, Czech Republic, Denmark. Djibouti, Egypt, Ethiopia, Finland, Gambia, Georgia, Germany, Greece, Hong Kong, Iceland, Indonesia, Iran, Ireland, Italy, Jordan, Kenya, Libya, Macedonia, Malawi, Malaysia, Mauritania, Pakistan, Portugal, Saudi Arabia, Somalia, South Africa, Spain, Sri Lanka, Sweden, Syria, Turkey, United Arab Emirates, United Kingdom, Uzbekistan, Yemen, Zimbabwe. Note: the location and operational status of CIA black sites in different countries isn't publicly known. And this is intentional. If anyone can find an up-to-date list of active CIA black sites, that'd be cool and might get some updates. Definitely report, even if it was too long ago. It helps document abusive patterns of behavior. Here is a good test for punishment. Does your child understand reasoning? Yes? Then use reasoning to explain. No? Then they don't understand the reason you are punishing them. That is 100% abusive. There was an abuse case here in the UK with a 6-year-old lad being made to stand up for ages like that, 14 hours upwards. And he was later killed by his stepmother. File that report and pull no punches. Definitely report. That's inhumane. Oh my God. Yes. Absolutely. I'm sorry that happened to you, dear people hugging. Yes, this is child abuse. Absolutely bring this up in as much detail as you can remember. List absolutely everything. This pause should never be near another paycheck ever again. 100%. Extremely abusive. Fuck yeah, that's real nasty abuse.
Yeah.
Hell, yes. Were you in foster care in Guantanamo Bay? OMFG, so sorry you were with those horrible people.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epicaricast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.